Right, let's get into the story, one of the big stories for today. The case of a Limpopo man accused of beating and pointing a firearm at a 16-year-old boy over seasoning at a restaurant is back at the Groblersdal Magistrate's Court today. Corrie Pretorius is facing charges of assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm and pointing a firearm. For more on the story in this case, let's cross over to Mahlako Komane for more. Mahlako, this is a bizarre story. It certainly is. I mean, but let's just talk about this and the appearance and the story to remind viewers of what actually happened.
Yes, good morning to you, Lee, and quite correct. Back here at the Groblersdal Magistrate's Court, what we remember is that on the 15th of June, in the evening, early hours of the 16th of June, there was a video that went viral on Twitter where you could see a man beating up a young boy at a local fish and chips shop, which is at a center here. It's called the Game Center here in Groblersdal. This obviously went viral, which we later found out that man was Corrie Pretorius, rather, and there was a 16-year-old resident here in Groblersdal who was, I suppose, the victim in this particular case. He was later arrested after they were able to trace him using the car number plates. Police then apprehended him. We then saw, a massive, turnout of the community on the following day. I think when the 16th was a public holiday, on the 17th of June, he was then arrested. It was his first appearance. He, there was no bail. Later on, he was denied bail at this particular magistrate's court. But however, Leanne, let me maybe just perhaps add that but 2 days ago, I think it was on Tuesday, he was actually granted bail of 20,000 rand at the Polokwane High Court, at the High Court sitting in Polokwane. He was given the 20,000 rand bail. He is to report to, I think, the Marble Hall police station fortnightly. But he's back here again because the matter obviously needs to now sit. So today we will be getting an idea of whether what is it that is going to take place in terms of will there be a trial, when is it expected to happen. But I've also been told that Pretorius has changed his legal team, so there is a new legal team. There are high chances, or there is a high possibility that this could be postponed. Today's matter could be postponed, perhaps for that legal team to familiarize themselves with the case. But I also understand that he's actually already has arrived. By the time we got here this morning, I was told that those that had seen him, that he was already in the building. I suppose he's trying to avoid that media scrutiny. But also here on the street, normally it's quite full. By this time, you start seeing that build-up of, residents both from here and the Marble Hall area that would be protesting, a lot of them saying that they were not interested in seeing Pretorius getting that bail application. But also, Leanne, one of the things I do remember that we did hear in court when Pretorius was here a few months ago was that his children and his wife had said that they had been threatened. There would be people that would drive by the home. They don't live too far from here. They also live in the Groblersdal area. So it would be quite interesting to see. Perhaps maybe we would get an opportunity to talk to him and ask him, since he has been out, has he had any threats? Has he received any threats? Does he, feel, is it safe for him? Does he feel safe for him and his family? So, lots of things to, I suppose, look forward to today in that particular matter of Pretorius and the 16-year-old. We know that normally the family does come in here and they also sit in and listen. The family of the victim of the 16-year-old teen that was, you could see in that video, that was being hit by Cornelius. We also know that he is facing those two charges of pointing of a firearm as well as assault with intention to do grievous bodily harm. So we are going to hopefully start at around 9 o'clock. I understand that they are trying to get a magistrate on to allocate the matter to a magistrate. That's what I heard when I was in there earlier on, just to find out, which court will this be taking place. So we'll definitely be here, Leanne, today, just trying to get an understanding on would we at least get a trial date today, when we come back here, will there be a trial date, or so we can, I suppose hear the side of the story of Cornelius as to what is it that took place here, because I understand there's another side to his story as to what exactly transpired. There was a longer footage, because if you remember that Twitter clip was I think less than a minute long. I understand that there's something longer which is about 15 minutes, but perhaps let's stay tuned after this break for more news and what is the topic of the day on Morning Live.